Hey, gang. Welcome back. Or greetings if this is your first time. This week I'm on to a different interest of mine, video games. One in particular, Ghost of Tsushima. If you're not familiar with it, I highly recommend. It's a beautiful game with amazing gaming mechanics. There's also an online co-op edition to the game called Legends, which is what this video is about. If you're watching, you're probably familiar with it. I pretty much only play as the RONIN class. I thought I'd make a little video of some gameplay highlights from this month, and also give some RONIN-specific tips and techniques that I've learned as I've played in the past few years. Just a few things about fighting the Onis. They can be a bit complicated sometimes, especially if you don't quite know what their moves are or how to time them properly. A surefire way to deal with this as a RONIN is to throw a concussion bomb. It's going to stun them, and you're going to be able to just hack and slash at them, especially if you have the flaming sword. That's going to take their health down very quickly. If you don't have concussion bombs, keep throwing a bomb to interrupt their attacks, and then just keep hacking and slashing. Yeah, it works with Oni archers as well, obviously. So you throw that concussion bomb, stop them in their tracks, because their attacks are very potent. They are going to take your health down very quickly, and your teammates. Get them off the battlefield. And as for the circular explosion, if you're not aware, you are able to jump in the air right above this. You don't have to jump outside of it. It only is the ground that will affect you as far as damage goes. So if you just time it right, you can just jump up and then continue fighting the Oni and not have to actually run away from it. Yeah, also, something about Legends that I keeps me coming back is the teamwork. Not everyone, but plenty of people that play it really are there for the satisfaction of playing with the team. So do it. It's worth it. Just be aware, see which enemies your teammates are going after, and you go after different ones, unless they need help beating up a certain Oni with a lot of health or something. This is just more efficient this way. Also, if there are archers on your team, keep the enemies at a safe distance from them so they can keep doing their archery. So if you see some Onis approaching them, throw bombs to keep a certain radius away. Usually they'll have a smoke bomb around them to protect them and keep hidden, but if they don't, you can use your bombs to also keep their efficiency up while you cause damage to the enemies as well. Also keep an eye on the archers, and if they are aiming at other teammates, maybe the other teammates don't know, you can stop them in their action by throwing bombs, whatever you gotta do. Just like keep an eye on all these things. Be aware of what your teammates are doing. Alright, so on to the next, defending zones, whether it's solo or with teammates. As a RONIN, I seem to fall into a pattern typically. Of course, this takes some preparation. In between waves, I am often going around setting barrels and choke points inside the defense zone, and also at spawn points. We'll get into those later. But when I run up on a defense zone, I will throw a bomb, catch everyone on fire. I will throw my kunai. I'll typically, after that, throw some caltrops down to get some more damage going, some stunned enemies around so they're not all coming at me at once. I'll throw my fire, and then I'll just start using bombs to keep everyone away from me, to get more damage down. I'll hack and slash, get my resolve built up, and my kunai eventually is going to be back. I'll throw those again. Just keep that rotation going, and that wave's not going to last very long, especially if you have some other teammates helping you. So yeah, the kunai, the caltrops, rolling around. I just keep rolling. I keep rolling through the defense zone so that I don't get hit by anyone. Typically, obviously, the last one standing will be some Onis, and as we talked about before, just do the Oni technique. Throw a concussion bomb, or whatever bombs you got, and hack and slash in between. I'll also say that my caltrops are set to have ammunition drop when I drop them, so typically I'll get a re-up of concussion bombs in the middle of all this so that it works out smoothly. Yeah, and just a quick tip to mention, if you haven't already noticed, throwing the kunai at a certain time is more beneficial than other times. You're going to want to have, if you have your spirit kunai, I should say, and the build I have, which is every kill makes my ghost weapons re-up faster. So if there's multiple enemies, at least 4, 3 or 4 that are about dead, I throw my Spirit Kunai because it's going to re-up my Kunai very quickly after that. And I will almost be able to use it like a machine gun, especially if I'm playing gold. And platinum, not so much, but it's very useful to get those kunai back so quickly. Emptying the playing field. If you see an enemy that is almost dead, get them dead. One less guy to worry about. Yes, so if you need space in the defense zone and you're feeling a little claustrophobic, just throw some bombs. You know, give yourself some breathing room so you can kind of plan your next move, especially if you don't have a lot of ghost weapons or things like that at hand. Yeah, give yourself some breathing room. Another important thing, if you're playing with teammates that maybe aren't paying as much attention to other defense zones, then, you know, make sure that you are. Alright, moving on from defense zone. Moving on from defending zones, let's go to spawn point killing. Earlier, I mentioned how I'd like to set barrels at not only the defense zones, but at choke points and spawn points. After playing the game more frequently, you're going to notice that the enemies spawn at the same spots around the map. So if you set barrels there, you are going to be able to damage a lot of enemies right when they spawn in, especially as a fire Ronin. That damage takes a lot out. And I do the same technique I talked about before, really. Throwing bombs, barrels, throwing my kunai, caltrops, throwing my fire. But yeah, this game truly is just really, really enjoyable. If you haven't checked it out yet, I definitely recommend it. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. I will be back at some point, probably in the next few weeks. Let's see what happens. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Enjoy your life. It's been a weird week. Anyway, don't let the bastards get you down. Toto for nail, and